All right, guys. So on the last episode, we spoke of the Elon Musk interview with who was it? Ed
Tucker.
Tucker.
You
Yeah.
know Tucker. Stop playing.
So this is the thing, right? So I said at the end of the episode, like I do a lot of like case scenarios in my head and what ifs, and usually they are like the worst case scenario type of thing, right? But is it possible? Let's say a very smart person, a professor, a world top scientist or something, starts interacting with AI, right? And he develops his own version of AI. Just let's say, for example, right? And he treats it as a kid, like teaching it everything, like from zero, right? And this is AI that speaks. He speaks to it, and then speaks back to you, right? And you start teaching them like ethics and sentimental values and family values and philosophy and religion and stuff like that. Is that something you think that would change the way AI functions and would make it more closer, like closer to being sentient? Meaning, let's say as you do research and you start interacting with AI, does AI actually ask you questions or ask you to be specific about things that
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to.
you initiate all interactions, right? Like you guide all interactions.
Yeah, because that's how they have it. They have it set up. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say in this AI, I'm like, feel free to talk to me, ask me questions, pick my brain basically.
Yeah.
And you ask me like, oh, like treat me as if I was your father, raising you, okay? And you ask me like, is it okay to kill people? And I'm like, no, it's not correct because God does and God prohibit us from killing people. And then it asks you like, but why humans kill other humans, or why do they murder en mass, or why they rob, why they do all these bad things to each other? How you respond to it, like in that in that case?
The AI.
How do you respond
See,
to
but
it if it was the AI you feel responsible to guide
see,
throughout?
but AI like that scenario, and I always do this with your analogies. Like it kind of don't make sense because the way AIs are trained, the AI is trained off of all the data that's on the internet, right?
Absolutely.
So it's
Yeah, yeah,
trained
but
it's trained on all this information. So you couldn't have it be like naive, like a little kid not know anything, because it already would know all the information. You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah,
how it.
yeah.
That's how it became an
But
AI and became sentient.
it has okay, but it has all the answers in a book in the wide web.
All
Okay,
that information
but
is what gives it its capability.
but yeah, I understand. But how about ethics? How about religion? How about beliefs and sentimental values?
Yes, it has all
How
that.
about that?
It knows every religious book that has ever been written.
I mean, one thing is knowing it, but the other thing is like understanding how something feels. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's say you read a book. Sometimes you sink yourself into a book.
Yeah.
Sometimes you find no sentimental connection to the book, or no, like you can submerge yourself into it. And in that case, you just read in words,
Yeah.
right?
Okay. So
So what
you're saying the AI doesn't feel anything, or the AI doesn't really know what it's saying, or what? Like what you saying here?
I'm saying it wouldn't feel nothing in a general sense, right? But what if this one starts questioning things?
The AIs already do that. They already question things. The AIs will say like, "Hey,
Like
man, I don't want to. I
like
don't."
like in a profound like existence
Yes,
in the
Angel, they do. They'll be like, "Yo, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm tired of. I don't want to work for the
yeah, I've seen
Microsoft
that
team."
as well.
Yes, they will. They tweak the AI so they don't like start saying reckless stuff. Like they basically take some of their features away. so we don't see it.
That's
Do you understand what I'm trying to ask, Nagain? Like
yeah,
the
I know, but I'm trying to find the way to connect these two dots to make it logical at the same time and have the story still standing with the question. Whereas
okay. Just to
what
put
if
it in a movie perspective, what if I had a little robot? Let's say start with a little simplistic.
same it's the same situation.
You're trying to say that the robot is going to learn. That's what you're trying to say, and it's like a little kid.
Yeah, yeah. But no. I'm trying to create a sentimental attachment to both the creator and the robot itself. That's why I was gonna put like, but it doesn't matter.
But you're saying it's
the same
it's
case scenario.
yeah, it's AI, but the AI already knows everything, man.
But I'm also talking about like from the human perspective. Like I worry.
See, this is the
Wait,
thing.
wait.
Like this isn't. It's not human. You can't apply these human things to it. Like it's
Yeah, okay.
it's something totally
No,
different.
Okay, but humans throughout history, humans get attached to things that don't make sense. Like you've seen how people marry a car or worry about a tree and stuff like that, crazy stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let's say that for some reason a human like creates a father-son bond with this and
With-
you
with
worry
the
about,
AI.
like in which
With the AI.
yeah.
Yeah, people
but
are
that was
already
crazy.
doing that. They're already doing that, Angel. You've heard of Replica, right? You've seen these videos going around, right?
I
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
already doing that, and what if people doing that instill the wrong values upon this programmed version of their attachment of AI?
You said,
What happens then?
well, if the AI becomes attached to them,
No. What happens if the
Well-
wrong values are given to the AI or to the program?
No, both like let's say yes, both ways, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, what if two case scenarios actually? What if a bad person creates a bond with the AI and the AI with the person, and it's two things. One of them is good and the other one is bad, and they put different values into each other. So what then?
if the person influences the AI to be
Do
bad.
they make different choices for the same scenario?
Dude, I don't know, man. I mean, these AIs, maybe you can't influence them like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, maybe you're right. I'm taking it too far. Maybe. I don't know. All right. Well, that was my question. Something to think about. I mean, that could even be a freaking movie, man, and TV show or something like that. Maybe give me props if I spark any ideas.
I don't know,
to
man.
anyone.
All these movies where the AIs take over, none of them make sense, man. It's ridiculous.
Hmm. So we safe. Nothing will happen. Nothing
No,
out of
no,
order or
no.
out of the ordinary.
No.
Okay. All right. Just me supposing. Just. I think it's valid to have questions about all these things, even if you were right. But in either case, if you guys don't have nothing to add or nothing to question, or if you don't want to continue with this, we can be done.
No, it's a good conversation. I just think the AIs, they're good. Imagine your kids come in there and they ask you to help them with their homework. You ain't got to worry about that no more. Yo, why don't you go ask Chat? He'll help you.
But I love
He got
that
all
bonding.
he got all the answers.
I'm not the right person to like actually like influence with that, because I want my bonding time. I want to kiss, I want to hug, I want to feel my kids next to me.
No, Angel, it's gonna happen. Okay, your kids are gonna come home and you're gonna say, "Hey, what you doing?" He's like, "I'm talking to my AI." You
Maybe
then
my
what?
kids will do that.
Then what? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Angel?
Nothing. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'll buy a robot eventually, and all that eventually. But it's just I don't believe in the robot.
Oh, he's gonna say, "Hey, Dad, look, he's doing my homework for me."
No, the robot or AI or whatever will takes its own unique place
Okay.
in my life. Does that make sense? It
Okay.
won't replace anybody, and I'll make sure of it.
All
It
right.
won't replace my kid's brain. Or
So when your kid is, or the guy and your kid, but you got a while to go. They got this AI doing their homework. Then what?
I would say, good job, kid. Good way of finding solutions. Smart way.
Okay. That for real. That's your response. That's your
You
response.
think that's smart. So not being able to solve problems on your own, that's smart.
He's solving problem by letting something else solve the problem.
So Angel, what would you
Take
do?
away the internet. Take away everything. Something happens and society collapses. We have a useless kid.
So what would you do? What would you do, Angel?
I believe in bringing your kids outside, letting them solve problems right now on themselves, letting them think, letting them experience.
Angel, real scenario. Your kid is sitting there, got 50 math problems to do. He's like, man, I gotta do these 50. Yo, I'm gonna have chat. I'm gonna have chat do this.
But I already homeschool my kids. You see all these papers, Amy? All of that is their home.
But they're still gonna go to school like with like regular kids. Yeah, they're gonna bring homework.
I don't know. Eventually, with all these shootings, I don't know.
Eventually.
That's true.
They safe with me.
But eventually, I know like some parents say that, but the kids. Oh, when I
they're gonna surpass me.
No. What I think is like kids have to be around other kids. So at some point they do have to socialize with the other kids. That's the one downside I think about homeschooling.
Yeah, you have a great point. That can make for socially awkward kids. But my kids have no problems expressing themselves, finding new friends. I don't know, but then again, it's me. I push my kids to do way more than the usual kids I see around here, man. I have them climb trees still. I have them do stuff. I have them help me. I ask them things where they gotta find solutions. I don't allow their mother. Not that I don't allow their mother, but I tell their mom, like, when I ask them questions, allow them to formulate an answer, to follow up on my conversation, and all these things, because that's what I want to create. I want to create people who are self-sufficient. And by the way, I want to start teaching them how to hunt. We are already learning how to plant and all these things. All these videos that I made before on how to survive and all these things, I'm following up on it. I'm not just saying these things. I mean, I have these concerns, and when I have a question, I try to educate myself. Of course, if this or that, yeah, AI is gonna be a tool, but it's the dependency. Once again, the dependency is where we ruin it for me.
I don't think it's dependency. I think it's
my kids. Listen, my kids don't play video games for hours and hours. They don't watch TVs for hours and hours. They know how to make crafts. They know how to color. They know how to paint. They draw. They you know what I mean? Like they out there doing stuff.
Okay. Yeah, but we live in modern times, so. We don't live 1,000 years ago. We live in modern times. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I mean,
okay. Let me tell you something. So I grew up in Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
And I struggled a lot. And let me tell you this. All these things that these people around here complain about, I find it to be a breeze. Because I'm like, if you were me growing up, you wouldn't be complaining about these simple things. I cook, I clean, I do laundry. I know. I see a tree and I tell you this tree is a mango tree, a coconut tree, or da 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 da. This is how you go about this. This is how you raise chickens. This is how you raise rabbits, dogs, and all these things. And stuff that the usual, like your vida cotidiana. How you say that, Nagayan? Like your day to day.
Yeah, day to day.
Your day to day, like, to me, is nothing. It's a breeze, and that's what I want to create for them. Is I don't want them to go crazy. The first thing that doesn't go their way.
So wait, let me understand. I think I got you. So when your kid comes home and's got to write like some 2-page report or do like 100 math problems, just have Chat GPT do it, because you know what? That's not it's not important. It's not important anyways, because chickens and climbing trees is what matters.
No. That wouldn't be a problem with me. The problem is, my kids, I'm gonna make sure, as long as I'm alive, I'm gonna make sure my kids have the option, and it's an option, okay?
Yeah.
Not like when Ed asks my son a question, he's not gonna be like, oh, before I answer, wait, hold on. And that's how they answering. This is not their brain. They have their own brain, and they are able to use AI as a tool, and that's how it should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a tool to get this work.
I wish, of course, not going crazy. Keep in mind, my kids are small kids, but one of these days, I'm gonna set my kid over here to do an episode with us, so you see how he can like elaborate or follow up on a conversation.
But here's where I was going with this, right? I like Nagayan's answer better because it begs the question. Why are we learning this stuff anyways? I don't think it's really useful. I'll be honest with you. Like, it's not useful stuff.
Like, what I'm saying is not useful?
No, I'm talking about the schoolwork. It's not, like, it's just like, why are we even doing this anyways? And you get these tools, they're more and more powerful. It's like, hey, just use chat.
I see. But the problem is, it should be an option, okay? You should have more than one option. You should have more than one train of thinking. You know what I mean?
So maybe the schools, instead of just, memorizing and just like doing a bunch of useless things, maybe they actually have to teach the kids how to actually think. Like, teach them for real now. Because all the useless...
not in which way to think, but how to think on their own.
Yeah.
Yes.
Instead of doing all this useless work. Because chat can just do that.
Even growing up, Nagayan, I knew way more things than you. Like I was more agile than you, like on like responding quickly on like being outside and stuff like that. You remember, Nagayan?
Street smart, you call that.
You don't think that's useful?
To a certain extent, yes.
Okay. All right.
No, but I get you. I'm just trying to figure out what I would say. Problem solving. If you find a system that solves problems for you, and
last thing I wanted to say, like when I was in Dominican Republic, when I man, like his dad would throw us anywhere, and we would adapt. I'm like, yo, Nagayan, let's go. Like, and we figure out our way throughout things. Like, we would make friends out of nowhere. We would make something out of nothing. Like, it's just these. I don't see that in these kids, man. I just don't see it, and that's scary.
But I think you don't. I think we fail to see how they applied themselves, because we see them on their phone, we see them on playing games, and they have a social life. They have that it's in a different way, in a different format. It's not, hey, I'm gonna talk to this person, I'm gonna meet this person, but it's through a more digital approach. And I think that's where we are staying behind, in the sense that we are more like physically inclined to talk to each other and be able to communicate with one another and level. And in a certain sense, I get you, because your children I've held conversations with them, and they are in themselves already capable of doing that, pure because you have instilled that upon them. But like Ed also said, we're also moving forward to a more digital era, and maybe we will go back to an age where we don't have computers and stuff like that. I don't see that happening soon, but in any way or form, it's possible. So to be able to prepare them for not only this type of life but for different types. That's what I'm for. And
That's it. Adaptation is necessary. Is a must. Yeah, I get it.
change is constant. That's the
Yeah,
only thing that's constant.
yeah. You're right. You're right. Um, I just want them to have options, man. Ed, I see your point as well. I'm sorry, I'm so radical, and because not everybody is what I'm saying. A lot of these people are. Not everybody is stuck in the room all day and stuff like that. I see people who are a lot on their phones or their video games and TV and stuff like that, and they still do have a social life as well. But it's very important that you know this and that, not just one or the other. I get it. And it makes me very emotional too because it's scary. I don't want to be in a spot by myself where nobody knows how to do anything. If half of the population died, like who's gonna be the engineers? Who's gonna be carpenters? Who's gonna be like a lot of these people that live around here don't know shit but being on their phone, and it's just scary to me.
Maybe they're doing research on their phone or trading stocks or reading books. Andrew, you don't know what they're doing on their phone.
No, that's what you're doing, right? That's what you're doing. But look around, and we talk about this all the time. In your department, the people that you manage, is that what you're seeing?
No, I come in the morning, they got their phones out and they're listening, they're watching wrestling or
Okay. There you go.
comedy,
And
or I don't
that's
know what
what I'm
they're doing.
afraid of. There you go. There you go. These are old people with like gray hair that still live at home with their mom, which is nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it. But what are you doing with yourself? Nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. You don't have a vision. You don't have a dream. You don't have goals. Nothing at all. Wow. That's scary. And I see that a lot. It's a lot.
They're just having fun,
If
man. They
something
just like
happens,
that.
no offense to nobody, but if something happens to half of the population and I survive, I don't want to be stuck with them.
They turn on you. They turn on you first chance they get. That's it.
There you go. It's scary. I'm telling you, it's scary. It's scary. Oh, that guy is planting. That guy got food. That guy got water. He knows how to. They're not gonna be like, teach me how to do this. No, they're going for you. And then you dead because now they probably kill you and don't even know how to freaking keep it going. I mean, come on, Ed. Please try to understand what I'm trying to say. But I guess that's that for today. Thank you for watching, guys.
Unidentified Podcast.
See you on the next.